Hello, welcome, my dears, back. Welcome, my dear students. Welcome, everybody. We are here now today for another topic about the global logistics and the international logistics. And we will talk about also a very important point, the global logistic excellence. We'll talk about a point which is very important about SCCM, supply chain management excellence. Let me remind you that the supply chain, as you know, is including the logistic system inside it. This is the first point. So logistic is a part of the supply chain management. This is the first point. The second point I want to tell you, and just reminding you back, that the logistic system constitute mainly from three parts: the production, warehousing, transportation. Three parts. The first is the production. Production, Production. The second part is the transportation. And the third part is the warehousing. Those are the three parts. So let us talk about the 10 points. Let us go to the 10 points which are important for the logistic system. The key 10 point of the logistic excellence, which make the logistic system a good one. The 10 key capabilities encompassing process, skill sets, and technology that companies striving to achieve global logistic excellence. Best practice, global business models in this comparatively new discipline. SCM is being redefined and a continuous basis supply chain digits. What are those points? What are the logistic excellence points? The first point is delivered cost management. Delivered cost management. The 10 keys or the 10 main pillars for a global logistic excellence, very important. The first one, total delivered cost management involves the ability to analyze and predict the total supply chain costs, okay? From the source of supply to its final point of distribution. You have to be very precise in determining the cost exactly as it's supposed to be. The more you are better, the more you determine the cost, the more you are better, the better you are. It is required to make optimal sourcing and logistic decisions and to ensure that execution is aligned with upstream sourcing decisions, supply chain partners, collaboration issues. So the first point is the delivered cost management, and that means that you know how exactly to achieve, to know how much the cost will be, and of course also to reduce the costs as much as you can. So delivered cost management, here we have the managing total delivered costs. Here variances to expected costs, variances to expected costs. We have high performance, the blue ones, which you can see here, the level of the cost is very low. And the one with red is a low performance because expecting cost was not as supposed to be, was not accurate. The second point of the logistic excellence is the global logistic process automation. The global logistic process automation. So what about this? There are still many manual steps in most organizations in areas of global operations. The reality is that the global logistic execution is simply much more complex than domestic transportation or logistic operations. That's true. We said usually, and we had this before in our previous studies, that the global logistic is more complicated than the local logistic systems. And we talked about this previously. Third, the ultimate goal in global logistic execution, one-touch information, flow for all activities, workflow management. Perfect. The third point of the 10 keys of global logistic excellence, end-to-end visibility. End-to-end Visibility or ability to answer very basic logistic operational questions. What is it? When will it arrive? Is the expected date different from the planned date? Look at this. The dates, the visibility, everything is clear. Visibility system should make it easy to find and drill down on information from many points of references, such as the purchase order number, freight bill, and so on. So what? So in global logistic visibility of the information system, the timeliness and accuracy of information is critical. And this is the third point. Timeliness and accuracy of information. End-to-end visibility. It goes here to the one which is in golden typing. The fourth point in the logistic excellence of the 10 keys of the global logistic excellence are supplier portal and ASN capabilities. Let's see what is the meaning of this. Supplier portals and ASN capabilities. Integration with information visibility with offshore suppliers can be challenging, but it is essential to managing the global supply chain. Perfect. That's nice. Accurate advance ship notices. So also the ship notices, we talked before about this, from overseas suppliers is critical for both effective inventory planning and to streamline the inbound flow of goods. Global logistic leaders reduce the time and the cost of inbound processing by enabling their suppliers to produce ASNs and properly label the goods IT. This is the fourth point for what? Of the logistic excellence. What I will do here, global logistic leaders reduce the time and cost of inbound processing by enabling their suppliers to produce ASNs. So the integration by the other are advanced ship notice. The ASN is advanced ship notices and properly label the goods. Also to label the goods. So this is the point number 4. The point number 5 is total product identification and regulatory compliances. Compliance with the systems of the country which you are exporting to is very important also. Supply chain security concerns are growing and are certain to increase. Partnership against terrorism, Operation Safe Commerce, and many other place an increasingly difficult array of burdens in the execution of the global logistic. Yes, global logistic now is exposed to a terrorism or piracy or whatever. So these things must be also focused upon and very clear and reduce it to its lowest or minimum level. So we have here the total products identification. Technology provides some of the answers here and will increasingly do so, especially as we enable complete track and trace and other capabilities through the RFID-based system. The point number 6 in the logistic excellence. The point number 6 in the logistic excellence. Dynamic routing. So what do we mean by dynamic routing? Many international logistic flows tend to be fairly static after they are designed. The international logistic flows. Since we face the higher level of volatility in local and global economy, ability to quickly and accurately determine the transportation alternatives and cost would be extremely variable. So what? The dynamic routing will tell you the supply chain agility, the dynamic routing, and risk mitigation, trying to reduce the risk, will be an increasingly common attribute of supply chain leaders' decisions. So the more you try to predict the risk, to reduce the risk, and to have a dynamic routing, the more you will be successful and the more you are closer to the logistic excellence. The point number 7 here is variability management. So what do we mean by the variability management? Variability or permanent change is a child's heel of is the heel or the basic of the long supply chain. The variability or permanent change. Okay, there is this point regarding the management, by the way. There is a significant level of variability in the international logistic moves with a tremendous impact on inventory levels and customer services. Reducing the variability by even 1-2 days can drive millions of dollars in inventory saving. Yes, because you will save millions of dollars about the inventory. This 2 days cut will help in saving hundreds of thousands was an inventory in that case, and reduce lost sales due to stock outs. Yeah. So here, the variability management, it's a point about the management itself. And also, exactly to decide like the EOQ we saw before this point in the economic order quantity, that we will have the stock which is needed only without excess stock that is not needed. We will only have the one which is only needed for our work. Because too much or excessive amount of stock will lead to more inventory costs, holding costs, acquisition costs, and total cost. Logistic excellence, the point number 8 in the logistic excellence, integrated international and domestic workflow. So do you know most logistic companies were forced to manage the combined international and subsequent domestic moves really as separate process from both a planning and execution perspective. There really weren't solutions available capable of end-to-end optimization. So regarding the integrated international and domestic workflow, this is a point required for the global logistic excellence. We have to take care of the following point. Logistic leaders are deploying technology that enables them to have a single workspace that contains both functionality and data across the full international planning and execution life cycle. The point number 9 in the logistic excellence is the integrated planning and execution platform. One of the challenges of global logistics is that the information that decision makers need tends to be in multiple places and is hard to access. Okay, so the more you can reach to the information and the more you can get it, and the easier you get or try to find out this information, that will make your own, you will create the excellence to your own global logistics system. Data could become real time for scheduling and transit visibility and performance measures of carriers. So by implementing dedicated software, transportation planners have a full picture of the total delivered costs of the integrated domestic and international legs. The 10 keys of the global, the final one, is the financial supply management chain management. Financial supply chain management. What's this about? International supply chain management is about the management of materials, information, and cash. That's true. Supply chain include the materials, information, and cash. The reality is that the most companies and most supply chain process, the cash element of this definition is not really connected. So letters of credit, financial settlement process, and other financial related capabilities must often be mastered to expand on the international market. Yes. So global logistic leaders will closely link the movement of cash and excellence in the financial supply chain. That was the 10 points which we care about for the global logistic excellence. And the talk is about the global, not the local, the global logistic excellence. As you see, so significant strides are being made in many areas of global logistics software, with many vendors now able to offer relatively comprehensive suites of solutions that address many, if not most, process requirements. Those were the 10 keys of the global logistics systems. Shall see you in the next video. Stay safe. Have a very wonderful day. Bye-bye, everyone.